Greetings, dear Taurians. It's me, your tarot reader, Angelica. Today I have a tarot reading for you for May 2025. The readings on the channel Tarot and Life, meaning this is not a personal reading for each of you, but a reading for all representatives of the Taurus Zodiac sign. Well, let's get started. So, May, a wonderful, magnificent month when everything blooms, everything blossoms, when the desire, to create, to be whimsical, and to enjoy both spring and life. Let's see what May will bring you. So, let's look at the 3 most important events that await you in May. First, second, and the 3rd noteworthy important event of May for you. Let's look at another deck to see what awaits you in your professional activities in May 2025. Let's also see what your income will be like in May. Let's see what awaits you in your personal life, how your relationships will develop in May 2025. Let's also look at what to pay attention to in terms of health in May and the advice from the cards for you for May 2025. So everything is ready. Let's begin. The first important event is the 5 of Cups. The second important event is the 9 of Cups. The 3rd important event is the Queen of Cups. Wow, it's all about cups, all about emotions, feelings, and in general, the emotional sphere will be, vibrating at a very high level. So, the 5 of Cups, a card that speaks of some kind of regret. Something didn't happen that should have happened. You didn't meet someone you were supposed to meet, or you didn't receive something that rightfully belongs to you. Which sphere will this affect more, professional or personal life, or maybe even health and financial? We will, of course, see when we reveal the other cards. For now, I'm just indicating how this might play out in terms of events. Essentially, the card speaks of something happening, some kind of loss. A loss of something or someone, either relationships, or maybe a loss of friendship or something else. Or you might become very disappointed in someone, perhaps in a colleague, maybe in your friend, possibly in some events or something else. The card might manifest as a conflict, which is then quite difficult to go through. It is in principle emotional, but on the other hand, quite serious. This is when, once again, a conflict leads you to disappointment in someone or in someone's actions. So it's challenging in terms of living. The card is emotionally complex. However, look, next you have the Queen of Cups and the 9 of Cups. I want to tell you that the Queen of Cups will likely be a woman who supports you, comforts you, gives you wise advice, or simply listens to you. Here, this queen will likely indicate that it will be a heartfelt conversation that heals your wounds or helps you see a situation that concerns you, as indicated by the 5 of Cups in a different light. And in general, with the 5 of Cups, it's important to understand that what is happening is not happening without reason. That is, if, for example, you are disappointed in your friend or someone has betrayed you or acted poorly towards you, the card suggests that you need to look at this person differently to view this friendship from another perspective. Is this really a friend? Do friends act like that? And at the moment you realize this, other people will appear who are, let's say, the backbone for you, on whom you can always rely or depend. And the Queen of Cups could be perhaps another friend of yours. It could possibly be a relative, or it could be a woman you meet, for example, and who will provide you with some kind of help. Of course, the Queen of Cups could also manifest as a conversation with a psychologist, a consultation regarding some emotional pain or experiences. But, no matter what happens, at the center is still the 9 of Cups. And this is a card of contentment, a card of joy and enjoyment of life, as well as a card of happiness, harmony, security, victory, luck, success, and most importantly, the fulfillment of a wish. So no matter what happens, you will understand that all of this is for the best. If you had a falling out with someone and saw the person in a new light, you will realize that you are no longer on the same path with them. You will draw certain conclusions. Perhaps this person envied you, your achievements, your happiness, your successes, and they behaved poorly, maybe even acted in a despicable manner. But you will understand that regardless, you have success, victory, happiness, and joy in your life. Also, the Nine of Cups in terms of events can manifest as the fulfillment of a wish, as I mentioned, the realization of a goal, but it can also play out on a smaller scale. For example, it could be like a family celebration, for instance. It could be a celebration regarding some of your, once again, good results, perhaps about your promotion or something else. It could also be a wedding. It could be participating, you as a participant in some kind of spectacular event, performing somewhere, for example, and everyone applauds you and you're on stage and you're happy and enjoying yourself. Here, of course, the Nine of Cups can speak of profit, very large, finances that will come to you, opportunities, and a meeting with a loved one. But let's not delve into any specific area. Let's see now where these cards will play out more. So let's start with professional activity. Professional activity. Here is the Hermit. I'll immediately reveal the income, and here is the Empress. I would say that it's quite likely the Five of Cups will play out. This is more related to work. Most likely you are so successful, you are so, let's say, productive, that someone might simply envy you. But as I understand it, you will successfully handle everything, let's say, that will happen in terms of work, because with the Hermit, you are still going your own way. Moreover, notice that the lantern here is directed. It looks straight ahead. You are moving forward, you are heading towards your goals, you have immense life experience, you know how to endure, you are very serious, you make well-considered actions and rely solely on yourself. Therefore, this card will manifest as resilience, as once again self-confidence. Moreover, notice here, at the bottom of the deck, there is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a card of learning, and the Hermit is also a card of learning. Perhaps this will manifest. As you're acquiring some new knowledge, you will be engaging in skill enhancement. All of this will provide you with certain bonuses in the future, because the knowledge you acquire, the professional experience related to the Hermit and the Hierophant, you will apply specifically in your work, and this gives you the opportunity to rise higher, possibly up the career ladder, but not in May, a little later. But your successes will be noticeable to everyone. Perhaps this is a situation where you are writing a dissertation, conducting scientific research, engaging in experiments, or something similar. This is also very common with the Hermit. It can also manifest as, for example, you working remotely, engaging in telecommuting. But again, I want to emphasize that no matter what happens, no matter how, for example, someone might act towards you, or how disappointed you might be in someone, it will not affect your income. Because in terms of income, everything is splendid here. The Empress, this card signifies very good income. By the way, the Hermit, I wanted to mention how it might manifest here. At the very beginning, with the Five of Cups, I told you that it seems like you won't get what is rightfully yours. That is your merits, your high professionalism, your development. Your efforts indicate that you rightfully deserve, for example, a promotion up the career ladder, to take a certain position. But for some reason, in this combination, this position will be given to someone else. And you, well, let's say, will be bypassed by other people. This can greatly disappoint you, because in reality, this position is rightfully yours, and you understand it, everyone around understands it. But someone will appear to whom the position will be given, some well-connected person, someone through an agreement or something like that. But again, as I said, you will not bend, you will continue to follow your own path. In May, you will simply reassess your previous understanding of success, your demand in this job, and realize where you should go, what you will desire to do, and what your ambitions are. And perhaps here, you will start thinking about making some changes, to the point where you might even consider finding another job where you will perhaps be more fulfilled, because you truly are a very strong professional who is valued and respected. Why do I say this? Well, because look, here at the bottom of the deck is the Three of Wands. This is a card of development, a card of prospects. Perhaps opportunities will open up for you precisely after you encounter some sort of, let's say, injustice towards you. And perhaps the idea of starting your own business will come to mind. At the bottom of the deck here is the Magician. And the Magician is, a bright individualist, a businessman, a person who is confident in themselves and their abilities, a person who is constantly developing, trying things, experimenting, and learning something new. And in general, it can be said that you have all the resources to start something of your own business, or to monetize your hobby, your talent, and so on. But everything, as they say, will depend on you. And briefly about the Empress here. This is a card of financial stability, a card of incoming money. There is money and it is in abundance and well-being, financial well-being that is growing. And the card brings growth in financial opportunities and increase in income. And again, either thanks to your efforts, your new ventures, or perhaps because someone will contribute to this, someone will support you, someone is well disposed towards you. So that's how it is here. Let's look further at what awaits you next. In personal life, Ace of Pentacles. In personal life, everything is absolutely splendid here. What can be said here? Love, abundance, mutual respect, complete understanding. For those in a couple, in family or long-term relationships, there might be news of pregnancy here with the Ace of Pentacles. This is a baby who will be born very talented, gifted, and in the future will grow into a talented and gifted person. This is a child who is, in the literal sense of the word, a gift for you, a gift from above, a gift of fate. And also this card may indicate that you will have the opportunity to enjoy. Earthly pleasures are associated with the Ace of Pentacles, as the Empress here suggests that there is plenty of money and you can afford to have a good rest in May with your significant other, go somewhere, indulge in an expensive vacation or trip. Or, for example, strive to ensure that there is comfort and prosperity in your relationship and home. These could be significant and major purchases for the home, such as home improvements, itibats and enhancements, renovations, remodeling, buying a house, or perhaps buying jewelry, gifts for each other, or even, in other words, these are pleasant joint purchases, investments in your future to make it even more comfortable and harmonious. Or perhaps this is just the month when you will enjoy spending a lot of time walking together, going to restaurants, and once again spending money on yourselves and your earthly pleasures, so to speak. For those who are not in a relationship, the card suggests that if an acquaintance occurs, why if? Because this is a general reading, not a personal one for each individual. For some, it will manifest specifically as an acquaintance, while for others, it might play out more in terms of finances. Well, in general, this is once again a general reading for all representatives of the Taurus zodiac sign. If an acquaintance or one follows the Ace of Pentacles, it will be a very beneficial acquaintance for you. This is a person who is financially successful, stable in their views and intentions, and will most likely court you in a very lavish and rich manner. This is more about women. The relationship will become a strong, sensible, stable, and mature relationship between two adults. Likely, as per the Ace of Pentacles, this will become a strong marriage. Let's look further. Next, health questions. What should you pay attention to in terms of health? The Lovers. The Lovers indicate that your health will be very good. Also, with the Lovers, there could be pregnancy, once again, pregnancy, and the Ace of Pentacles speaks of pregnancy. And furthermore, the best, let's say, medicine for you is your significant other. That is the person who will always support you, always, no matter what. This is your partner, your beloved person. In terms of health, everything is good, everything is wonderful. Let's look further. Advice from the cards for you, the King of Pentacles. Pentacles again, resources. And if you lacked resources here in terms of someone offending you, you needed support, or rather, you will need support, you will have it. Because the Queen of Pentacles is precisely the card of support. As for advice, the King of Pentacles suggests that no matter what happens, strengthen your boundaries, solidify your positions, and ensure that your future situation is stable and protected. This applies to your emotional, financial, and professional situation, as well as, of course, your relationships with those around you. So this is the advice for you, dear Taurus, and this is the forecast that turned out for you. I thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel Terra and Life. I will be very glad to have you. Here, each of you will find your own forecast for the soul. See you tomorrow, as always. Where? Well, of course, channel Terra and Life, with love and hope in the heart for goodness and peace. Your tarot reader, Angelica, hugging you, and goodbye.